Welcome to Marky Ready Set Go. This week we're joined by Dan Lockwood, a fight promoter, a security guardian covering the whole South Coast, and a man that wants to change influencer boxing across the whole of the UK. Dan, how are you doing, mate?
All good, mate. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me down to your fight show on the 27th.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I was chatting to one of my friends about this, and it's down at Dorchester Prison, isn't it?
Yeah, a very historic venue. Dorchester Prison was the last prison where they hanged people and buried them. Literally, they buried underneath where the ring's going. So,
Wow, that's truly shocking. You've been a fight promoter before, and you're working with a lot, but you're working with Zuffer this weekend, aren't you?
yeah, that's more of security at the Bournemouth. More doing the security than any involvement in the show. But this is now Lockstock Promotions number 5.
Wow.
We've done one in a barn, one in a hotel, one at the Speedway, and now we're heading for the prison.
Of course. I mean, where's next, the moon?
Well, we have got some ideas. We're looking at a castle in different places at the moment.
I mean, running a fight show is always difficult, but picking odd venues, the prison is a great idea, by the way. So has everyone got access to the whole prison, or is it just to a certain area?
Pretty much the whole prison, in reason. So the chapel's the bar on the 3rd floor, and in the bar you're going to have the World Cup's being screened up there because England are playing that day, and there'll be 2 big tellies as well showing the boxing in case you're queuing to get a drink and you're missing some of the boxing, so you'll be able to see it on the screen. You'll be able that certain cells will be open where you can have tables in to keep your drinks on, or you can go and meet and greet some of the stars and have your pictures with them and stuff.
Let's talk about some of these stars you've got coming down. Who's rallying up? I've heard that there's some big names.
Well, so we've obviously got the our Beef for Final boss doing the after party and doing some meet and greets. We've got Linda Calvi, the Black Widow, Britain's most notorious female prisoner. You can get a book signing with her in a cell and meet her. We've obviously got Joe Egan.
Oh, I love Joe. I've known Joe for years. Great guy.
The toughest white man on earth, Mike Tyson once said.
I'd say the nicest.
Yeah, nicest, but yeah, lovely guy. Speak to him daily now. He's an incredible man. Paul Venus, one of my favourite influencers. A lot of this show, we raise money for Mate, that's Dapper Laughs charity, men's mental health and their emotions. And obviously Paul's a big advocate of that, and so is some of the fighters' influences I got on, like Weight Vest Joe. He's fighting, he's raising money for it. So yeah,
have you got Big Stacks? Yeah, I heard about him.
We did try and get Big Stacks on the show. The Misfits contract obviously proved a big issue, and obviously can't compete with the money they offer in, so that was a no-go in the end. But we have got Shadow Boxer fighting a millionaire from Bournemouth, Lewis Powell, a big property developer who's been on BKFC before.
Interesting fact, I've got the only pink Shadow Boxer t-shirt, which gives me free entrance to all of his events for life. Can you remember when he sold off the t-shirts? Can you remember when they did that promotion? They sold off 10 blue ones, and Jimmy Miller got me a pink one. Which makes...
you know Jimmy Miller. Jimmy Miller gave me the grey one.
Oh, there we go.
With the Pit of Doom on the front.
It actually makes me the 3rd gayest member of the Pit of Doom.
Wow.
Yeah. Congratulations, boys. Yeah. One day I hope to be the gayest one, but, until then.
But yeah, no, it's quality. We've obviously got Big Stacks coming down, who featured heavily in the promo. Homeless Mickey, who I believe you know.
Oh, I know.
The Miller Brothers.
I love Mickey. Do you know what? Mickey is a great guy. He's got a brilliant outlook on life. That is a fun man that does a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, definitely. A good entertainer, and people underestimate him as a fighter. He is one hell of a grappler.
Incredibly tough.
Very tough, very durable. Maybe not the toughest boxer, but...
he's a great fighter. Both the Miller brothers.
He's fighting Dizzy Too Chizzy from Manchester, that's also a big influencer, who loves to... total different character, Mickey, but makes a very interesting fight.
Interesting fact, myself and Jimmy Miller were drinking quite heavily in my bar, and Jimmy said, in an American accent, of course, "Mark, I want you to kick me in the junk." So I kicked him as hard as I could, took him off the floor, and we forgot to press record on the camera where we were so drunk. So then we had to go and do it all over again. So Jimmy took 2 of the hardest kicks. I mean, you're talking shin to beans on toast, right? And he came off the floor. He levitated. Unbelievable. Toughest guy. Tough man.
They both tough as nails. I've known Jimmy years. Tough as nails.
Yeah. I remember when they used to come out the House of Pain gym.
Yep.
Yeah.
House of Pain. That's a tough gym. Tough gym.
Yeah, Mace Ruegg. Wow, what a fighter.
Danny Ruegg is a hell of a coach.
Oh, yeah, Danny Ruegg. People that don't know about boxing, Danny Ruegg, world class, unbelievable. I mean, great guy. Had the whole family fighting as well, didn't he? Everyone. You turn up at his gym, kids running around in the gym.
Yep, he's still going now. Still joins in and spars. And, very good trainer.
His wife's fighting as well.
Yeah, he's produced some great fighters, Danny, and his wife Gemma. She's fought the best in the world, actually. So yeah, and Mace.
Mace is phenomenal.
Unbelievable talent.
Do you know, I remember when Gemma was a tattooist. And Mace was just a little kid doing backflips, but unbelievable. Look, do you know what we need next? We need you to tell us your first track up.
Well, I'm going to go for The Going Gets Tough, which my dad played a lot when I was a kid, and when I had my last fight where I won a Masters title, I walked out to it because he died a couple of months before the fight, and it really got me in the zone. So The Going Gets Tough by Billy Ocean.
Danny, this is a tribute to your father when the going gets tough. That was a beautiful track, and I'm glad that it meant something to you. Now, something that means a huge amount to me is looking forward to this fight card, because I heard a whisper on the Twitter, I saw a murmur on the TikTok that Dave O'Donnell's back in the game.
Well, funny enough, your good friend was on the phone to me about an hour ago, and we have confirmed the signing of Dave O'Donnell coming back to do commentary and interviews of the fighters. That is, just adds a lot more flavour to this whole fantastic fight night, I can't wait.
The daddy of mixed martial arts. We've had him on this show, and we're going to get him back on again. Dave is a huge entertainer.
Think of anyone suiting the lock, stock, tag more than Dave O'Donnell.
I tell you what, if you know Dave's story, do you know Dave was a martial artist for years, and he went on, and how he actually brought mixed martial arts to this country was they needed to raise a bit of money for some mats, so they put on a show, which I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Elephant and Castle, and the show sold out, and then from that, Cage Rage was born. Yeah, incredible. So
was it UCMMA after that, maybe?
That's where I worked for a long, long time, at UCMMA. My first job was a TV presenter. Yeah, you can catch me on YouTube.
So after how many years has Dave had out from presenting? 10 years?
Yeah, I think, just under a decade. I mean, he was a professional gambler for a long time, and then he just said he'd had enough.
To have Dave involved in this whole showcase is, it's a hell of a signing for myself personally.
Dave's a big deal.
A lot of the lads that know him personally, Jimmy and Mickey especially, speak very highly of him. So, I'm over the moon with that one.
Everybody loves Dave. I'd never met someone
loves him.
Everyone loves Dave. And do you know what? When you talk to him...
everyone does love Dave. I can't wait.
He's such a humble man. Great. I love Dave. Anyway, I tell you what we do need to do. We need to get to your next track. And why are you picking it?
Well, I'm going to pick Beautiful Barbados by Merry Men. And that was because it was my mum and dad's favourite country, and they had a holiday home over there. And at both their funerals, that was the track that was last played when we all walk out the church. So it brings a lot of memories. So reminds me of my mum and dad a lot. So we're going to go for Beautiful Barbados.
Thank you for sharing such a deep track with us. Dan, you're a big, scary-looking dude here. You might be sitting in the garden enjoying this great British sunshine. But I reckon, in between all of this thuggery of a face, I reckon there's a nice guy under there. So...
I don't. A lot of people think that, but now I'm quite soft. Really, I don't really like violence.
I mean, pugilism and violence are completely different, aren't they? Let's explain that to the people.
Definitely.
Well, let's explain the difference for our listeners so they understand. What's the difference between violence, which is unhinged, horrible, and competitive sports?
Oh, there's a massive difference. Violence, just anyone can do as a thug, just hit someone from behind or with a knife or a cheap shot. The competitive sport is an open field, isn't it? You both sign in to fight each other and you know what's coming. So, yeah, I'm definitely in. I love the fight game. I didn't actually start fighting myself till I would, believe it or not, was 32. Before that, Jimmy will tell you I was a bodybuilder. And it was Jimmy that first got me on the pads and said, and I was out of breath maybe after about 30 seconds. And then he said, no, we need to turn you around and get you fit. And he signed me up for a charity boxing fight. Then I just got hooked. After that, I stopped bodybuilding and had 18 fights.
That's amazing.
And,
do you know, a lot of bodybuilders do that though, isn't there? Because there was World's Strongest Man, Ollie Thompson, that he just had enough of lifting heavy stuff and then doing a bit of bodybuilding and flipped over. And the Beast... Yeah, he flipped over as well.
And Eddie Hall, yeah. And now I've after 18 fights and now being 45, I've decided it's time to
get arthritis and stop.
Focus on promoting, and now I've gone back to doing a little bit of weights and more having a, just a good general well-being way of living, eating healthy, doing a lot of stretching, still doing cardio and occasionally punching the bag and doing some shadow boxing, but nothing.
But your bones must be hurting. I was training for a fight last year and I've still got the arthritis to show for it. I mean, I'll tell you what, as you get older, in my head I'm still 18, but in reality I'm 45.
So Jimmy Justice Miller's recently opened up a lovely wellness retreat that's got ice baths and saunas in. And I find that, when we get to this age, it definitely really helps speed up recovery and helps all that.
Is it mobile?
And stiffness. He's got two. He's got one that he does mobile. That's got a sauna and he parks it up near cold spots. And he's obviously got a static one where you can go and lay on the sunbeds and have saunas. And he's got a red light sauna as well that's really good for your skin and rejuvenates you. And it's different lights. So it's not about getting hot so much. It's about absorbing the light. And he's got the one where you put the water on as well that goes to like 110, 120, really hot, lovely.
Amazing. Do you know what? Jimmy's a great guy. But hopefully we get Jimmy on here.
If you need to check it out. You do need to check it out. It's very good. I went there this Sunday and I feel incredible for it still today. I mean,
Regency Radio does reach out to Bournemouth. So you can find us on Regency Radio. You can find us on Regency Radio, DAB, regencyradio.co.uk and on the app. So people can listen.
Yeah.
You can get people involved just through this. You know, you've done some big things in security, haven't you? Like you play to win.
So it all started off pretty much after lockdown. I got asked if I wanted to do a little takeaway shop because I got into security, and then I got McDonald's that was next to the takeaway, and then it just grew rapidly into having half the nightclubs and pubs around Bournemouth and Poole, to events, to festivals, to football stadiums.
You're doing a stuff for boxing this week?
Yeah, we're supplying some men to Ziffer boxing in Bournemouth. So
look at that. There we go.
Yeah.
So, Dan, let's play your next track, mate.
We are going to go for Searching by China Black, purely because it was on the radio earlier and it's sticking in my head.
Lovely. Dan, what's your plans for the future then, with these huge fight promotions you're doing, with all these celebrities? Are you looking to take on Misfits?
I don't think it'd probably be a feeder, hopefully like a feeder show to them maybe, or I'd like to be a little bit different to Misfits. I like to mix a very entertaining show where you can have two really good beginners fighting each other, to an ex-amateur fighting a high-level white collar, to an influencer bout next. So it's keeping the crowd entertained. So every fight's got a different theme to it. So I like to be my own brand and, have good guests at every show and, just keep building it, keep getting funky venues, different venues.
I mean, look, the venues are amazing. The venues are absolutely incredible. I'm loving what you're doing with the castles. We need to skip through into this for the next track because I want to come out dancing. What's hitting me next?
I'm going to go for 50 Cent in the club. That was the only time I got knocked out pretty bad. And the DJ just played it, so it always sticks in my head because I forgot my walkout tune. So 50 Cent in the club.
Let's roll this. What a track. Do you know what? Unless you've got no rhythm, no beat and no soul, that plate of food needs eating big time. When that comes out, that's dishing up and everyone eats when that plays.
Yeah.
Great track.
Definitely.
Now, I've seen you're getting more and more involved with the celebrities. We talked a little bit earlier about Big Stacks, who's absolutely smashing it. And we talked about Dapper Laughs. Now, Dapper Laughs has got a charity that you're getting behind. What does this mean to you?
Men and their emotions. To me, it means a lot. I've got a lot of good friends. So someone who runs all my social media, who helped me start these shows. I'm sure he won't mind me saying, he lost his brother that's only a few unexpectedly in the night. He just died, and it's really messed up his emotions, and so he supports this charity a lot. And I've seen a lot of. I had some good friends that suffered with addiction that have hanged themselves and all sorts. So it's definitely a good charity, I feel. And it's nice. I think on the first show we raised about £1,000, then on the second nearly 2.
That's a great deal of money for us.
Really.
That's amazing. Do you know what, Dan? It has been an absolute pleasure having you on here. Can you chuck us away with the last track of the night? We're
going to go for No Worries, Be Happy. I want everyone to be happy.
What a track to finish on. Dan Lockwood, Lockdown Fight Shows. We will see you on the 27th at Dorchester Prison.
But it will be a lockdown. It will be a lockdown. 27th of June. 27th of June. I can't wait, mate. Thank you very much.